Taste of the Coast right here in Kansas City? Every Tuesday at Pearl Tavern, you can dive into $2 house margaritas made with premium Jose Cuervo Tradicional Silver Tequila from 3 p.m. to close in the bar area. It's Taco Tuesday, seafood style. So cast your weekend stress aside and let Pearl Tavern tide you over until the weekend. Pearl Tavern, your local fresh seafood spot in Lee Summit.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there. With information coming at us all day, every day, it's hard to know what to trust. And the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals. So it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
This fall, refresh your home with a special offer from Westlake Ace Hardware. Enjoy $10 off bin interior paint gallons October 1st through 31st. With an easy-to-apply, easy-to-maintain formula, Bin Interior offers an introduction into the beauty and durability of Benjamin Moore Premium Paint. Hurry into Westlake Ace Hardware for this limited-time savings and keep your spaces looking beautiful for years to come. Offer valid in-store only, so visit Westlake Ace Hardware today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spikes spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue.
Hey, it's Creed Humphrey. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
On second down. Picked off! Lloyd again! Devin Lloyd! What a year! Still rolling! Down the sideline! One man to beat! Lloyd! Pick six!
Monday Night Football broadcast, ABC, ESPN last night. Of course, the 99-yard pick six return for Devin Lloyd. The biggest swing in the game if you look at win probability from last night. A lot of different things we're going to get into with Nate Taylor from ESPN. He is fresh off a morning flight in Jacksonville.
Was it as lovely
welcome
as
back.
you thought it would be?
How was Jacksonville other than the game?
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was going to be a torrential downpour. Really worried about if it was going to be a game in the slop and the muck. But thankfully, there wasn't really any clouds. We got a full moon last night. It was very breezy, very comfortable. There was a lot of Chiefs fans, in particular, on my flight to Jacksonville yesterday morning, and then obviously coming back, earlier today. Very good atmosphere. It was jumping, as I think I said on Twitter. Like, the place was jumping. You know what it means something on primetime Monday night when your team, like if you're the Jags, like your team is kind of doing something like, hey, they might start to actually deserve our attention, our support. So it was a very compelling sort of moment in time for both teams. And then thankfully, I got a decent amount of sleep. I have not rewatched every part of the game, but I rewatched certain moments of the game. And now I'm back. And so by the way, local shout out. My mood is increased exponentially because I just got a burrito from Tiki Taco. And you feel new man. And That's I what feel you like needed. a new man. I got a little Parisi coffee. I got a KC burrito from Tiki Taco. Somebody clip this and send it to Mike. I love Tiki Taco, man. They're the best. Very nice people. And now I'm ready to talk about why Chris Jones did what he did.
Yeah, can we start there and then let's we can get back to the offense and obviously Mahomes said it and we can get into the breakdown.
I have a theory, ladies and gentlemen.
He got
took
fooled.
a playoff.
Let's get to this because it's twice this year where Chris Jones has made a decision. That is, I'm not saying the only reason why they lost the games, but certainly it helped seal it for the Chargers in week one by him not keeping contained. And then what you're referencing from last night where Trevor Lawrence falls on his ass a couple times and Chris Jones is on tape for everybody to see just standing there. What happened?
So I'm going to give a legitimate theory that I think people need to consider.
Okay.
To help explain what you saw last night, guys, because there are certain things that I can see from the press box, the live all 22, that they're just not going to show on television because that's not the way the production works.
Sure.
You can't, it'd be nice if every game was like Prime Vision, where you could see the majority of the field throughout the pre-snap, post-snap, and obviously the play, of course. So, couple things. This man is, I think, exhausted psychologically. Part of that is because, and I know some people have started to say it on Twitter, he just went through a week that is uncommon of anybody else in that locker room, where he chose, because his aunt that helped raise him in Houston, Mississippi, died of a heart attack during the New York Giants game while he's playing in it. Learns about it that night on the flight back to Kansas City. Makes the decision with approval from Andy Reid and the rest of the staff to go back home, to honor his aunt, to be with his family as long as he can be on Saturday and Sunday, flies back just in time to put the uniform on. And that is no bull bleep, kids. He came in, did not stretch, drank a bunch of water, and had one of the that's probably the best game he's played all year against the Ravens, where he's just an absolute wrecking machine. He talked to us, I believe, on, what was it, Friday, because it was a Thursday. It was their technical Thursday. But he talked to us on Friday about just what it all meant to him for him to go through that. And when I know that, and I'm assuming Steve Spagnuolo and the coaching staff knows everything he just did in a 2-week period, you cannot, under any circumstance, have that guy be your leading snap player for your defensive line. It cannot happen. He played, if people are wondering, Chris Jones played 48 snaps of the 58 snaps in last night's game. That is unsustainable for a defensive tackle, let alone a guy who's 30. He's the oldest guy. He's the most impactful guy, but he cannot play 48 snaps. So, guys, there's a play on the last drive where he creates immediate pressure. He flushes Trevor Lawrence to his left out of the pocket. And, I mean, we're talking inches between him making a shoestring tackle sack. Instead, Trevor Lawrence escapes. The drive continues, but that's the moment where he's cooked, guys. And they're not going to show you that on TV. He's cooked. He just gave you his best effort to create not necessarily a negative play, but not an impactful one. But it still keeps the Jaguars from having a chance to throw that deep ball to Brian Thomas Jr. But he has to stay on the field. Like, the coaching staff looks at him and says, nah, you got to go. You got to get back. You got to get back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, he's literally gassed. He's psychologically cooked at this point. And I know he won't say it publicly. And I know he said everything right to a certain degree at the podium yesterday. But one of the things I asked him, and I thought which was most revealing, is he's talking about the issue that he had in week 1. Rush lane integrity, rush lane discipline. You know who that's a criticism of? Everybody, not him. That's Charles Omenihu. That's George Karlaftis. That's Mike Dana. That's Jerry Tillery. He is, as best he can as a leader, criticizing everyone else for, I'm taking up double teams. I'm actively winning double teams. I'm cooked. We don't have Omar Norman Lott because he's not playing tonight. And I think what we now realize is they really need Omar Norman Lott to be a real legitimate player to give Chris Jones a blow because there's nobody else available. He played 48 snaps and he's taking up a double team and he thinks, I've done my job. And then he goes,
where's he?
What? But he's down. So my interpretation, and I kind of asked him in the locker room, this is before the podium, you stand there because if he gets up, you might think he's going to throw either the ball away or you want to have your body in your position to be hands up for a pass deflection if he's going to throw the ball in the middle of the end zone. Now, there's no spy, which I know you guys have talked about. And
I don't know why they didn't adjust to that in the second half. But.
Well, I think that's a slight bit of disrespect to Trevor Lawrence from the coaching staff because they don't see him as the ideal threat of Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, yada, yada, yada. Charles Omenihu gets planted. Drew Tranquill takes a terrible angle. Jerry Tillery sees what's happening, but is so slow to react that he can't get Trevor Lawrence down. And now everybody focuses on Chris Jones because he goes, I have literally taken up 2 offensive linemen yet again. Those 2 guys aren't doing anything. There are one-on-ones all over the place. And why is he running? Because I'm cooked. I'm gassed. They could not give me a sub in the last drive. And again, it's not George Karlaftis, who you just paid a handsome contract to. It's not Charles Omenihu. It's not Jerry Tillery. It's not Ashton Gelati. It's not Mike Dana. It's not Derek Nottie. Chris Jones played the most snaps of anybody on the defensive line.
And I hear you, and I think you bring up some great points.
This is the theory that I can give you.
This is the only last play.
Yeah.
I hear you, and this is not me like saying you're wrong. I would say there's probably a lot of people listening that are saying everything you said, okay, I can buy into, but ultimately people are going to say, well, that's why he's getting paid where he's getting paid. Of course he's going to be on the field the most and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? They're going to say, well, nobody's disagreeing that the last week and a half has been, I'm sure, just horrendous for him.
Right. He should give maximum effort. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm telling you why, as a human being, we all just say, I don't.
Yeah.
How much more do I have to give? And the answer is more. Because the coaching staff put him out there to dry. I saw it, guys. I saw it from the press box. He's looking, saying, I'm walking back to the line of scrimmage. I just flushed him out of the pocket. Just give me one. Nope. You got to be out there because you're the only guy who dictates the offensive line in terms of double teams. And if we blitz or if we get one-on-ones, hopefully somebody will get home. No one got home. And of course, because I think in a weird way, kind of like the Andrew Luck fumble. Oh my God. Is he scoring? The same kind of thing short circuits everyone's brains on the defense where it's like, oh my, but he can get up. He can get up and keep moving. Oh man, he just scored.
Yeah, they just have too many of their star players right now playing crucial roles, unfortunately, in some of the biggest negative moments of the season, as much as they are positive at times, right? Patrick Mahomes is incredible. He's the reason why they've got 2 wins. He also had a devastating pick 6. Chris Jones is still their second best defensive player, I would say, at this point, if we're going to say that he's 30 and it's a problem now. I would say second best defensive player, if that's the case. And he's come up with some moments, but he's also been part of 2 of the bigger moments that have sealed victories for opponents this year. Harrison Butker, one of their big leaders, reason why they've gone to Super Bowls, all this. This year, he's been involved on a regular basis in plays that have hurt the team. Travis Kelce drops a ball, leads to an interception. Too many of their best star, highest paid, reason why the dynasty exists players have also made some of the biggest blunders of the season.
It's so fascinating how we all know the margins are slim if you're really thinking about it, but your best players are still better than their best players.
Oh, they were still the more talented team.
Of course. So what this
annoyingly enough,
what this is revealing is a lack of concentration, a lack of focus, and a lack of discipline. I would give more criticism to Chris Jones about what happened in Sao Paulo than what happened last night, for all the reasons I just gave. And that's a different situation because it's 3rd and 14, and your coverage has actually held up. The only reason he has an option is because you lost rush lane integrity, right? So he makes the proper thing about not losing rush lane integrity last night, but the rest of his teammates do on numerous occasions to allow Trevor Lawrence for his best plays to be when he doesn't throw the football. His best plays last night were when he scrambled.
When you look at, this is what's so weird about this team is, we understand they're losing more in one-score games and all this other stuff that has been uncommon to them. I asked Gold the same question earlier, so I'll ask you, which is it just luck is not on your side this time? You've made some mistakes, and you will fix these problems as time goes on because you're a good football team? Or does this team not possess something that the other teams possessed, an ability to not let those mistakes derail wins regularly? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out is, because offensively, we both agree. Offensively, I came out of that game feeling like, damn, that team can score, and they don't even have Rice back yet.
Right.
But there does seem to be a missing element to what they're doing in some way.
So we have a 5-game sample. So let's take the 5-game sample for what it is. Those are legitimate games regardless of the circumstances.
It's almost a 30-year season, yeah.
Correct. And this is obviously without Rashee Rice. You will get your last sample size of that Sunday against the Detroit Lions. What we have learned, ladies and gentlemen, is this team is incredibly talented, but they are making undisciplined mistakes that you are unaccustomed to seeing. And if there's another team on the field that is functional, professional, living, breathing.
13 and what do we decide? 13 and 3, 14 and 1, or 14 and 4, whatever the record of the teams they've lost to, Nate.
Oh, yeah. If the other team is professional,
4, that's what it was.
Functional, a living, breathing organism, they've been the team that has made the plays that you're so used to making in the fourth quarter. We don't have to say much about Philly. They're the champs. Justin Herbert played out of his mind in week 1. Out of his mind. And because you didn't have Justin Reed, because it's a very new secondary, you still had a lot of miscommunication for that type of game, for the performance to be that bad on a defensive side. On a defensive standpoint, we all know what happens with Xavier Worthy.
Yep.
Totally discombobulates the offense for at least a half. Last night is something that I think will be valuable if you're trying to have a cool head, if you're trying to be reasonable about this 5-game sample size. They are not a team that is willing to dominate people the way that they are used to, which means their level of focus, execution, and discipline has to be longer sustained. Why do you have 13 penalties? It's because you're poorly coached, or you lack focus and concentration, or a combination of the two. I would argue the latter. The other thing is, because your talent is still very good, but it's not what it has been, because Chris Jones is 30, Travis Kelce is 36, even Patrick Mahomes is 30. You need everybody else to be on one accord. And it has been so fascinating to see a team in real time over 60 minutes not only find belief, but actually play together in a way that is truly awe-striking. That's why I think a lot of fans in Jacksonville last night were honestly stunned that the Jaguars won that game, because they grew up in front of you in a 60-minute span. Didn't play their best, but were opportunistic, which is what they've been all season long. And if you give them a chance, they're living and breathing and functional and professional enough to go win the game. And that's what we've learned. The Giants are not living. They are dead. Okay? Yeah. They weren't professional for 60 minutes. The Ravens are broken, cooked, done for. Scratch them off. Okay? Now, you're going to play another team in Detroit who's not that. Detroit is not the Giants, and it's not the Ravens. So guess what? This will be your 4th time in a 6-game sample where you're playing someone who's actually professional, who's actually disciplined, who has just as good enough or just as much talent as you, and they're living and they're breathing. So let's see you make adjustments, make better decisions from a coaching standpoint, and hey, if you cut down the penalties, if you stop shooting yourselves in the foot, you are going to be in the game in the fourth quarter with a chance to make the game-winning plays. And let's see you do it.
We're talking to Nate Taylor from ESPN. He's hanging out with us after a Chiefs loss in Jacksonville. All right, let's go to the offensive side of the ball. We can go to special teams here, maybe on the other side as well. There's plenty to discuss there. A terrible night from the special teams unit. Patrick Mahomes said it after the game as well. That was a play on the pick 6 where the Jags had not done what they did on that particular play with their linebackers all year. So they got him, right? They just simply fooled Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. It's the one time where, because, and this is where he's gotten to the Peyton Manning of it all, where Peyton Manning would go, hey, I know you're doing this. You know you're doing this. Don't you dare change up on me, okay? Because I watch film. I've been in the lab.
You got 0 times doing the other thing.
Yeah, I've been in the lab grinding. Why is he popping out? You can just see it in his mind go, ah! And
honestly, if he throws the ball immediately, he might still get away with it.
Yeah,
if he throws it the second he steps back,
right,
he might actually get away with it.
But he's trying to encourage the blitz.
He wants him to come in.
He wants him to come, and then
he
all of a sudden,
there no matter what.
Yes,
basically,
or that. Yeah, because hey, they've been playing cover 0 tonight. They've been playing cover 0 for much of this season. He even, I asked him the question. He told me, like, they had not shown the poppers of the linebackers popping back out. So, look, they got him. It's a great curveball when you're anticipating something else. It's the only, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear. It's the only mistake your all-world quarterback made yesterday. That's how good he's been. He's made one mistake in checks notes 5 games. And you can say, well, maybe he's made 2 because of the throw behind him with Pacheco, I don't know, somewhere on Pluto. But you know what? He immediately rectified it in real time.
I thought last night he rectified it. He went down and got a touchdown immediately, got the ball back with 8 minutes to go,
and
ate up
scored
6.5 minutes and scored again.
I mean, he's so good because
he's on his game this year. There's no doubt.
Most quarterbacks, let's say half the quarterbacks in the league would have said, man, we were about to go up by 7. Now we're down 7. It's loud. Okay, half the quarterbacks in the league would have been, okay, I want to get it all back immediately, or they would have all been a little bit hesitant on terms of being aggressive because all of a sudden I've made the biggest mistake. They would have essentially been a lesser version of themselves. He comes back and says, okay, I don't need it all now. We got 13 minutes on the clock. If I get the ball back, boys, don't worry about me, okay? Trent McDuffie gives him the interception, and he says, great. From here on out, get on my back again, boys. Goes down, scores a touchdown. And I knew the moment that the Jaguars kicked that field goal, I said, well, that's window dressing if you want to do that. Because guess what, kids? You're now giving this man 4 downs with 8 minutes left. And this is instructive to the coaching staff. He's seen it all. He's at the Peyton Manning education level of this, where it's like, okay, I made a mistake. I'm clapping, going to the sideline because I've already figured out what I want to do next. And they're not going to get me on the next one. And I'm going to go right down the field, and we're going to score a touchdown. And if I get another chance, we're going right down the field and scoring a touchdown.
I think their offense is very prime for top 3 in the league when Rice comes back.
If everybody stays healthy, man, that's the key.
And I know, and every time Worthy goes down and holds his ankle for a second, I'm like, no. I get a little bit scared. But part of it is because what Alex and I were talking about earlier in the show, which is the Mahomes-Thornton thing is a part of their offense.
Yes.
It's not all of their offense. They got a lot of other working pieces, but that's a part of it, and it's here to stay. It's not like we had no one to throw to, we'll throw to Tyquan Thornton. I've seen that in an offense before. It's like a functional piece of what they do, Nate.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes has been, this is as close as he's looking like Mahomes in years.
Yeah, he
looks like him again.
This is a higher version of the 2022 version of him, which again, guys, he won the MVP that year. And that was the first year he had without Tyreek Hill, and he had something to prove not only to himself, but to everyone else within and around the league. The last thing I'll say about Mahomes is, again, Peyton Manning would do this. He would throw a, oh no, pick, and then go, not my problem. You know what my problem is? Getting the hell out of Dodge. Saving my butt for the next down and distance. And he acknowledged last night because of and I wonder if this is part of because of the reaction with the Rashee Rice injury last year. A younger version of him, 2018, 2019, would have trucked Devin Lloyd. But because he's at the Peyton Manning stage of his career,
I didn't want him to.
I got to stay healthy.
Unless it's the Super Bowl or the playoffs.
I got to get out of the way.
I don't want him tackling.
And I don't want to hurt nobody, let alone I don't want to hurt me. And give me the next ball. So he acknowledged that he should probably do a little bit more, maybe touch him, play a little two-hand touch, slow him down. But I understand that. That's where he is, where you could say, well, maybe he could have done more after the interception. Because, again, he's not going to be the first. He's not the first quarterback where, hey, the defense makes a nice adjustment. They see your adjustment. They make a great play. Devin Lloyd's been amazing
Devin Lloyd, he's had a tremendous year.
Had a great year. So, hey, golf clap to him, but you got to find a way to, slow him down just a little bit. The game is a contact sport. We've seen Patrick not be afraid to sort of run with the
last time he did
more.
that, he got a guy hurt. So there is a part of it. It's like I would almost rather, if you told me no risk of him being injured and Devin Lloyd scores, or there's a small risk of him being injured and Devin Lloyd doesn't, forget it. Lloyd can score. Go take 99, my guy. It's it's game 5.
Correct.
Like Gold said, if it's the playoffs, it's the Super Bowl.
It's different.
Get his ass. But game 5, I'll take the chance.
Nate Taylor from ESPN hanging out with us. Plenty more to get into. We'll talk special teams. We'll look ahead a little bit to the Detroit Lions right here on Cody and Gold.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel, because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown score bet before the game kicks off, and if your player scores the first or last touchdown of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Alex for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost tokens on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets with expired 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
This is the take care of my family goal. This is the enjoy the life I've built goal. This is the set up a foundation goal. This is Busey, where your goals become lasting legacies. Through bespoke plans that maximize your wealth, through partnerships that give you peace of mind. Because building wealth, tending to it, and passing it down secures a brighter future. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Schedule your home improvement project while the weather is still nice with Powell Exteriors KC. They offer easy financing, pay no interest until 2027, a 10-year workmanship warranty, and their extended summer sale. PowellExteriorsKC.com. The power of KC is Powell Exteriors KC.
DQ presents the sound of your next meal at DQ. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, loving a chicken strip basket, or digging into everyday value with the $7 meal deal. Wait, where is the sound? Am I missing something? Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Makes sense. So delicious and so peaceful. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today at participating U.S. locations. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts,
coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
We continue here at 1 o'clock hour talking some football after a Chiefs 31-28 loss to Jacksonville. A man that was in Jacksonville yesterday, Nate Taylor from ESPN. Yeah, this morning, as recently as this morning as well. He continues to talk a little Chiefs football with us. We mentioned the offense, defense. I want to look ahead to the future a little bit, but first, special teams, certainly a huge part of the equation yesterday. Let's begin with Harrison Butker. And as I said earlier, by no means am I saying he's why they lost the game. Nobody's erasing the history of Harrison Butker and what he's done for the franchise. But it is 2025, and in each game he has had issues, to be nice. And this was another one. Yeah. Because if I say anything about him, people get very defensive. It's very strange to me. But everybody else we can criticize, but not him for some reason. But I don't get it.
I mean, we know why.
But he kicked the ball out of bounds. And the excuse making is laughable to me. They're like, well, the new kickoff rules, the 40 versus the 30. Oh, now we're acting like 5 yards doesn't matter. We're also acting like you can't kick the ball deep. What are you seeing from him? I'm not saying they're going to cut him. I understand that. They're not at all. But can any of this get corrected? Because it's extra points, it's field goals, and now it's kickoffs. And he's a kicker last time I checked, so that's a problem.
Correct. I had my peers in a tickle last night because I was on Harrison Butker watch from the moment the game started.
Just like, hey, try to go. This is like Jawan Taylor from you, by the way.
Yes, that's where I was.
Hey, man, can you make it 60 minutes without screwing something up?
Correct.
That's all I'm asking.
Hey.
Clean football game.
Hey, they scored a touchdown. All right, boys, we're on Harrison Butker watch. Let's see it. Let's see the operation. Because, again.
Till the end, it was fine.
I went into the game thinking, man, if there's a lot of rain because of South Florida, because it's October, kind of hurricane season, okay, like, tricky. But, hey, conditions are ideal, optimal, you could even argue. He does what he's supposed to do until the absolute moment. Because I thought, hey, Patrick let him down for a touchdown, less than 2 minutes left. Hey, guys, the all-important PAT here, going from a 3-point lead to a 4-point. Hey! Hey, nice up and down, boys.
In retrospect,
nice up and down.
Had I could have reversed it, I'd prefer he missed the extra point and made a good kick.
Correct.
Because then maybe they don't try to get in the end zone.
So yeah, they're not in an absolute dire situation to get in the end zone. So it's hard to know because I didn't talk to Harrison Butker last night. It's hard to know if that was coach decision to try to pin him in the corner, which is always a little bit tricky. Because this is a ball that's not round. You have no idea how it's going to bounce. Or if it's a situation where if we pin him, maybe the returner has to work harder to get to the 30 or the 35. Now, the Jaguars were starting to pop a couple in terms of their kickoff return game. Ultimately, just kick the ball in the middle of the end zone. There are 10 guys there who are ordered and tasked to tackle the ball carrier. We saw in the Arizona-Seattle game a couple Thursday nights that he kicked it in the middle of the field, but it landed at the 22-yard line.
He saw it move to the 40 as well,
which is not the landing zone. So it would have been better if he had just kicked it at the 18,
and risked it.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah,
there are 10 guys there who are ordered and tasked to make the tackle. We even saw him put his head down late in the game and actually be a part of the tackle.
Yeah, he made a tackle
to prevent a potential touchdown.
And that one went to the 40.
Correct.
It wasn't worse; it was the same.
Right, and you would have taken time off the clock. Think about that too.
I know.
So again, undisciplined.
What do they do though?
Uncharacteristically undisciplined.
But Butker's a problem. It's
Yes.
not just that
Yes.
he's making mistakes. He currently ranks 24th in the NFL in field goal percentage, 34th
Yikes.
in extra point percentage.
Yikes.
And now he's kicking the ball. And that's, by the way, this is not like a 5-game problem that just started. He was a below league average kicker for all of last year. If I take a 4-year average, he ranks below 15th in both of those categories over the last 4 years combined. And that's giving him the single best year maybe of his career during that time. So
who do you want?
Off the street,
Playoff
Spencer
time is
Strader.
the whole thing, right? Who do you want?
I know, that's the thing.
Who
yeah.
do you, Mr.
Yeah, that's
Tapp,
tough.
who do you want when the season's on the line and it's cold outside?
But for the first time ever, I'm nervous about it. And partially because everyone in the NFL can make 59-yarders now.
Hey, I'm nervous. Look, there's reason to be nervous about how long this team can hang on. I mean, the top of this team. I mean, the core 9, as I like to call them.
I can't believe it lasted this long when you think about it.
They've bucked the trend already by going to 3 straight Super Bowls.
Do you think I brought this up to Cody earlier, to your point, kind of what you're saying. Do you think, while the roster has turned over quite a bit over the whole run, of course, there's only a few handful of players left. Do they look like a team that's mentally and physically fatigued at times to you? 20-game seasons essentially for the last couple. I feel like there's moments where you were talking about just one example of Chris Jones being gassed. That's different. I'm talking like they look mentally and physically worn out at times.
And it's of their own doing. Let's go through the examples in my mind, kids, because I have a photographic memory. Obviously, I gave you the example last night with Chris Jones. When it comes to Travis Kelce, he's ran that route a million times. He knows the coverage. He knows the ball's coming out. He's a tick late, turning his head around. Hey, man, it's the red zone. You got to be quick. Your quarterback knows you're the primary read. Get your head around, right? When it comes to Harrison Butker, this man, your quarterback, said, bleep everyone. I'm trucking anybody in a blue powdered jersey to carry us into the end zone for our first touchdown of the season. It's 12-13. All you got to do is make a PA attempt that is simpler, that is normal standard procedures than what you just did, which was honestly heroic, to end the first half. Not close. It's a mental lapse. Not close. Technically off. Foot placement, or where the ball hits his foot, off. Just off. Just off. It just fades. Isaiah Pacheco. We're starting to see him get the desire. That was his best game he had played all season.
By far.
Hey, man, you're helping out your left tackle. You know the play. Help the left tackle out. Hey, they got a really good pass rush. Hey, why are you late on the chip? Now you've been bumped to oblivion and you don't know where you are. And now you run in the opposite direction on your chip release route. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I thought at the end of this last game when Hollywood got hit in the shoulder pad.
But that's because he's never been in that situation before with Patrick Mahomes. Think about
He doesn't
that.
know that just be ready for the ball at
He
any
doesn't
time.
know. That's the first time he's ever been in a gotta have it drive in his career with Patrick Mahomes in 2 years.
Head on a swivel in those spots, I'll say.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Ball coming out real fast. Okay. Now you could say, look, he was on the field for the last drive of the AFC Championship game. And I understand that, but they had the lead. It was a more traditional 4-minute offense.
Yeah.
Keep the ball away versus gotta have it, trying to come from behind, less than a minute left. We gotta be precise in our execution and our precision. There's a number of examples of guys making mental lapses or lack of concentration that could lead to fatigue, psychological, I just, there's something to be there. You'll get a better example. You'll get a better feel for it, I should say, with a 17-game sample. Because guess what? Kids are playing 17 games this year.
Oh, yeah. They're playing the last one.
They're playing the last one.
Yeah, the game in Vegas is going to matter one way or the other.
Yep. So think about that. They've made their lives harder on themselves. And there's something to be made about the fact that with Travis Kelce at this stage, still being like really productive compared to his peers. Hey man, can you go win us a route against Travis Hunter? Can you go win us a route?
And Hunter still had to interfere with him
But they still have to have him rise to these moments where it's like nobody else in the league is asking a 36-year-old to do this consistently, you know? And that's the life they're in. No one's asking their 30-year-old. I want to be very clear, ladies and gentlemen, nobody in the NFL other than the Chiefs is asking their 30-year-old future Hall of Famer defensive tackle to be on the field 84% of the defensive plays. No one's asking that of anybody else. So they are expediting their own demise, if that's kind of your thought, Alex, of like, these seasons are so long, they're so physical.
He also doesn't want to be off the field. That's
But he
part
asked,
of where
but
he
he
fights.
asked, but he asked at the end of he asked on the final drive, please take me
Now
out.
the clock. Going back to that, the clock was obviously a huge part of the equation there at the end. Because immediately when you brought up the
Yes.
theory to begin the hour about, hey, he was so gassed, he wanted out, they wouldn't let him out. Someone immediately texted in, well, then burn one of your 3 timeouts. But I think was that, considering the way the clock was going at that point in time.
Then criticize the coaches because he's your best offender, right? When he's right, he your best. Then criticize the coaches. Like no one's at fault here, really. Outside of like a couple of guys who are genuinely getting better, like Kingsley Suabatia, genuinely getting better. Josh Simmons, who apparently was dealing with the flu of some kind.
He played great. The O-line, the O-line is trending in an awesome direction for the rest of the season, frankly, for years to come with Josh Simmons. But
Kareem Hunt had his best game of the season
he
last night.
There's in a game in which everybody's frustrated, understandably so. The offense should give you plenty of hope moving forward. You mentioned, coaching. Cody and I were discussing Noel Williams. Was this was this a game plan where they just were
where's Drew?
4 snaps.
Drew, get the bleeps ready, but holy
4
smokes.
snaps for Noel Williams.
I speculated maybe
what happened
it was
there.
I thought maybe it's a place where, hey, our packages don't have Noel Williams on the field because this is how we think we can take advantage of the Jags. That was the only thing I could figure out for why.
Then that's a disrespect of the Jags that burned you.
What do you think? What do you think it was? Why is Noel Williams not on the field? 4 snaps, crazy.
4 snaps.
He's played really well.
Crazy. Chris Rowland-Wallace only got 11, and he's played pretty well too.
Yeah,
so
he has.
they had less dime package looks.
Okay, and Noel Williams is their dime corner. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it is. I think it's just a respect of they only trust one wide receiver, and they thought they could play less.
And Liam Cohen, I think, found something in the second half that says, let me keep them in base as much as possible. And if it's not there, go run because they're not going to spy you. Not traditionally, right? I know Leo Chanel tried to do his best.
He was good on the edge.
For Steve Spagnuolo.
He stopped him there.
Yeah. Leo Chanel was like, well, there was times where like he was kind of my responsibility, but it's not like what we saw against Lamar Jackson where it's like you line up and wherever he goes, you go and you at least dissuade him from scrambling. When it comes to Noel Williams, where are we on the calendar, boys? Come on.
October?
Come on. And early October.
Yeah.
Come on down. Come on down to the Steve Spagnuolo School of Hard Knocks, which is you could be an all-world player. Guys, I think people need to forget L'Jarius Sneed was amazing on arrival with no preseason games in the 2020 season, and he wouldn't start that man till November. Again, and that defense was.
He's got Jamari Conner out here playing 99.
That defense was
And look,
not great at the start of the season.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding long term and what Spags has done, obviously.
Correct.
And it'll
Yes.
and I think they'll get it worked
That's
out.
true.
But when you're off to a 2-3 start though now, I don't think you kind of have
you
to
can
adjust.
criticize. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
not only criticize as you should, but I mean the philosophy, which is no, we're going to get him in there, but it's going to be November.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 2-3, you got to alter some of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Nobody's doubting that
Hey.
Spags won't get him right
You're
later.
5-0.
But you're not. Yeah, you're not 5-0.
right.
You
Nope.
don't have many more of these games to just kind of. Well, we'll get him next time.
Who's expediting their own demise if you're this worried? It's everyone. Everyone not named Patrick Mahomes. Because, guys, it's clear that from a physical standpoint, from a ball skill standpoint, that Noel Williams should be on the field. Also, willing tackler. So, hey, you checked off one of the big things you want to see from a cornerback that has to work in Steve Spagnuolo's press man coverage, sort of mat zone coverage. Hey, you going to be in the area, make the tackle, right? He's learning. You can clearly tell from Trent McDuffie. And
McDuffie's a great tackler.
Yeah, he's got really good teachers in McDuffie and Jalen Watson. And by the way, Jalen Watson, I thought, did fine outside of, some penalties. And, I mean, Trevor Lawrence put a beautiful ball over.
Best throw of the season.
I don't even care about Connor or Watson. And that's a
beautiful throw. So he's got good teachers. I know one of the philosophies that Steve Spagnuolo has is this is the NFL. It's a long season. So let me give. Here's why you should give Steve Spagnuolo the benefit of the doubt. And I know he played Ashton Gelati less than you probably would anticipate too. He only played 25 snaps. Ashton Gelati should have played more. Now we are in early October. These college kids go from 10, 11, 12 games, if they're healthy, if they're durable, if they're obviously stars on their college roster, to now, hey, here's a 17-game schedule. We gonna play an 18th game, preferably 19. And if we're hopeful and lucky and fortunate, 20. So I gotta manage you through the first 2 months of the season so that your head isn't so you're not swimming. You're not, on the near verge of mental drain and exhaustion, because the NFL is, and I want to remind this, guys, a different galaxy than college football. Different galaxy. We just saw Travis Hunter do something absolutely amazing. It took 5 games. When he was doing that all of last year with Colorado to win the Heisman Trophy, it took him 5 games to be like, okay, this is how I have to manage playing both sides of the football. So Spagnuolo gets the benefit of the doubt because, hey, I just want you to be ready for real football in November, and then we'll bump you up more in December, and then the whole scheme so that we can have our wrinkles, we can have our blitzes, we can be as multiple and as dynamic as we want to be on defense because you know everything, and I haven't physically worn you out when we get to January when the season's on the line.
We won't have a chance to talk to you again until after the Lions game. This week gets here in a hurry when you have the Monday night game, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just quick initial thoughts. I know everybody's panicking because of last night, but the Chiefs, aren't going to lose by 20 points all of a sudden to the Lions. So what do you make of the matchup on Sunday now?
Here's my initial thoughts, kids. The Chiefs have done such a good job containing running backs. We ain't even said Travis Etienne's name, guys.
40-something yards.
No, he didn't matter in the game.
And he was their best. He's the best running back they've seen all year, statistically, both traditional and advanced metrics. Jahmyr Gibbs is a similar threat, but with a loud crowd in your favor and Jared Goff, a living, breathing statue, you might be able to be a little bit better defensively in terms of controlling what kind of pitches you throw at them. We were talking about this during the break. Hey, Andy. Someone hypnotize Andy Reid and say, we got to get this game for the division. Treat this game like a division opponent. Hey, we're already 0-1 in the division. Somebody hypnotize Andy Reid and say,
get this win, then we'll get Rice back and we'll solve our
problems. Not playing the Detroit Lions, coach. We're playing the Denver Broncos, and we need this one, which means
kitchen sink, yeah.
4th down aggressiveness, and if you're up 2 scores, keep it on their neck, because you and I both know this. You, the listener, know this. They went up 14-0, and he started saying, ha. We're good. We'll get the ball out of halftime. We're good. We'll get the ball right before halftime. Zip, zip. Uh-oh. Oops. There's a reason that Andy Reid has a reputation. So, again, someone hypnotize your future Hall of Fame coach and say, Coach, we playing the Broncos. I know they're in different uniforms, but, Coach, we need to score points. Points, I tell you, points.
There is no lead that is safe.
Correct. Get up 21-0 and then hand the sticks to Matt Nagy, okay? But until I see that, I need all the plays on Sunday. Because you have to treat this game like it's a divisional game with not your backs against the wall, not a must-win game like we saw against the Ravens, but show legitimate fairness to where you have to be willing to be lethal. And you know Dan Campbell.
Oh, he's going every fourth down. He's going for every fourth down.
If the shoe is on the other foot. So you got to come off the bus. We got to get 30. We got to stay aggressive. If we get a lead, don't just sit on it. I know our running game is slightly improving, but hey, still got the best quarterback on God's green earth. So you might want to stay aggressive, and you might want to get to a place where, Coach, if we don't win this game, we 0-2 in the division, and we would be 2-4, and it won't look pretty for us, even with Rashee Rice coming back. Again, we all know he's a great player. I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, Rashee Rice has not played football in 7 weeks. This train is a moving.
Yeah.
He not going to, it'd be amazing if he came out and was just even the version of what Xavier Worthy gave you in the Ravens game. I don't think you should expect 100 yards, 8 touches, a couple touchdowns immediately. Now the Raiders are that bad. Okay, maybe I should change my tune. The Raiders are that bad.
But of the 5 games they have after Detroit, that's the only layup.
Yes.
Washington's tough, at Buffalo, at Denver, and Indianapolis looks way different than what we thought going into it.
Hey, Coach, it's called Killer Instinct, and we playing the Denver Broncos. I know it says Detroit on that screen.
He doesn't respect some teams. He can say as much as they're a good football team and they're well coached.
The entire coaching staff
like they didn't respect some
didn't
teams.
respect nearly Trevor Lawrence the manner in which they respect Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. That is an actual fact. And you know what? They were still up 14-0. So in some ways, they were both right and wrong.
Text line says, Nate, please burn some sage in the locker room next time you're there, please. Are we at that point already? They were acting like this is not a 1-5 team.
It's not November.
I understand that they have 2 wins, but they're not 1-5 with zero hope and promising signs about this football team. Come on now.
Yeah, just have a killer instinct. Because
Look at the AFC playoff field right now and tell me that I need to be feared for my life.
No.
Right now they'd have to go travel to Indy for
Do
a
we
playoff.
trust?
Be fine.
Okay, let's be honest. Do we trust Jacksonville just yet?
No.
No. Do we trust Daniel Dimes?
Not yet. No, I'm closer on